Hey everyone, Bill and Gary with KB Tricks.
Hello.
We are at the Ritz-Carlton in Maui. And so I stayed here back in December, and I was part of this little walking tour about the grounds that was very nice, that was offered through the Ritz. So kind of a little bit about that. We're going to kind of do that again. I wanted to show Carrie around that. We're going to bring you with us. I'm going to get a lot of the names wrong. I'm going to get a lot of things wrong, but if you want to, you can go check out their actual tour here. But I just wanted to Carrie to experience this too, because I thought it was so educational, so interesting. So we're at the Ritz-Carlton Resort. This is the pool area, the main lobby, and all that stuff is on the other side of the pool area. And so our path is going to begin on the opposite side of that, toward the ocean. And over here they have this preservation site. So this site is protected for Native Hawaiians to practice ceremonies, protocol. This is an ancient burial site. And so people can still come here and visit their ancestors, but it's not allowed for us to go past these bushes that are supposed to be the barricade for it. Down that way is a public beach that you can have access to. If you're staying at the resort, you can rent things down there, you know, boogie boards and that kind of a thing. We're going to make our way the other direction. This marker is to show that this is a burial site. Also, this is one of the places where you can properly dispose of your leis, whether it's considered acceptable. So if you have a lei that you want to get rid of, instead of throwing it in the trash, it's considered disrespectful to throw leis away. You can put them here as part of this. Again, this is a burial site. It's registered with the state of Hawaii. And this bush here is the old border. They're trying to grow a bigger one here to expand the area. So again, we're not allowed to go in there. But this rock here is a birthing stone. And so when Native Hawaiians would give birth, the women would come to this stone and they would give birth on the stone. Does that look comfortable, hun?
No.
No, it doesn't. But it's a volcanic rock. And so it's smooth now, because imagine how many births had to be given on that for the rock to smooth down over time. This is the entrance that Native Hawaiians can go through to honor ancestors. This is not for public use, but this is only for Native Hawaiians to use. And I believe these are called hala trees. Hala. And they're unique because if you look, this is the root system. It's above ground, because Hawaiian or lava rock is porous, and so I need all these little roots to get into the holes of Hawaiian rock underneath what we see as the soil. So it's unique to the islands. This tree also creates this plant, which kind of looks like small little pineapples, but they don't taste like pineapples. It tastes kind of more like a mix between mango and something else. And they use them at times as kind of like a paintbrush, or they can, when they dry out or whatever, they become like bristly. We're going to go down the sidewalk a little bit so that we can get public access to a path. To our left is a golf course. We're going to make a turn to what goes down, looks like it goes down into some private driveways, but we're not going to go into anyone's private driveway. So here we are. We're going to go to the Kapalua Coastal Trail. So we began over here at the Ritz-Carlton, and we're not going to go all the way, but we're going to go quite a bit. I'm hoping to be able to reach out here. Oh yeah, here we go. Isn't this beautiful down here? Oh, look at that water. Pictures don't do this stuff justice. We weren't planning on going down this way, but someone was walking by and said, down here by the beach, there's a sea turtle. The person we were talking to said, down here by the rocks is that sea turtle. Oh, as we get closer, I can see him. He blends in with the rocks so well. Oh my goodness, you're beautiful. Look at them. Oh. There they are, just lounging in the sun. I like turtles, and he is huge. Several feet across, several feet wide. I switched to my longer lens so we can get a better detail of the turtle. Wow. Oh, we're moving. Very slow, very slightly. Just amazing. I've seen a couple sea turtles in the wild since we've been in Hawaii, but this is the closest I've been able to get to one in the wild. We did it when we were at the Oceanic Center yesterday. They had them in a tank, but yeah, to be seeing them this close in the wild is amazing. Moved over a little to get a different angle. Just a sleepy turtle. Alright, seriously, how amazing is that to get that close to a sea turtle?
I know, it's so cool, and that one is huge.
Yeah, and what were you telling, what is it, 13 you said?
I think it's 13 feet. You're supposed to stay away, you're supposed to keep a distance when you're seeing them in the wild.
Yeah, to give them space. They're still wild animals. Who knows, they could bite.
They're protected.
And they're still endangered or protected. We're taking a moment to get our feet in the water. This is nice. This beats Minnesota snow, Minnesota sand, which we've referred to as snow. We're going to continue our walk and go back to where we were on that path. And we're going to take this lifted path. They want us to stay on the path, not to get off, because these sand dunes are very important. So the dunes here are very important because they help keep erosion from the ocean happening, and it also protects the houses and buildings along the shoreline, because if this all erodes out, the buildings are going to go. This is why we should stay on the path, because this balding area is from people getting off the path. You can see they get off the path here and they go up and they're going to take a picture or look out at the ocean, whatever, and what happens is that damage to the plants, and it's hard for the plants to grow and come back because these are all sand dunes. And again, these can protect from erosion from the ocean and from the rain and all that. But this is a weak spot because people keep walking on it and damaging the plant life. So it takes a while for these plants to take root in sand. Only certain kinds of plants can root in sand. So these piney looking plants are actually invasive species, and they're brought here because they thought they'd be good shrubs and all that stuff. They grow fast, but unfortunately they're invasive, and what happens is they get really dry, and they can be a fire hazard, and it could be easily kindling for a wildfire to start and spread really fast. And it's kind of like a pine tree after Christmas. If you haven't watered it or whatever, it's a dry type of wood, burns fast. I can't put into words how beautiful this view is right there. But okay, yeah, I know, cheesy, never gets old for me. But anyway, it's amazing, the colors of the water, the white of the foam from the sea. We're coming up to this point over here. If you look, it's very rocky, very little vegetation. This is what the Hawaiian Islands used to look like centuries ago, before they started to really be occupied by traders and settlers and all that. This is what Native Hawaiians originally saw when they came to this island years ago. Very little vegetation. We want to be very careful around here. These edges can be kind of steep, and we don't want to have any issues on vacation. This little put here looks awesome with the waves and the color of the water. So if you look down there on the rocks, you can see these little white or grayish tube things. There's one over here, and there's a series like right over here. If you can, any guesses to what those are? Those are for fishing rods. So anglers have put those in there, so they'll cast a line and then they'll put their rod in there and let it sit with their bait, so they can fish multiple lines at one time. This area is a native seabird nesting area, and these birds are unique because they nest in the ground. Like, they don't nest in trees, they nest in the ground because they've been coming here for centuries, eons actually. And again, Hawaii did not have a lot of vegetation, so they didn't have trees. So they just kind of developed a way to nest into the ground, into the sand. So that's what these little holes are here, is their nest. Terrain here is kind of uneven and rocky, and then like up here we have some high steps, so this could be difficult for some people to maneuver if you have mobility issues. Definitely not recommended if you have a wheelchair, something like that. That was a high step. So these are basically two kinds of lava, and it kind of depends on how the lava cooled. So like this, they call this which if you think about it, if you step on it, it's either really hot and you're like or it's sharp and painful, so you're like Anyway, so this kind of lava, it's really hot, and then it would, like, the bubble would burst, and then when it would burst, it would freeze in time because it cooled. So that's what is. And then the other one, I always forget the name of the other one, but it looks more like it froze like a river, like it was flowing, and then it just kind of slowed down and then stopped, and it cooled off in place. So imagine, if you will, this is what old school Hawaii looked like when the settlers first came here, when Native Hawaiians first arrived. This is a lot of what Hawaii looked like. Very little vegetation, bunches of rocks. Pretty much nothing but rocks. And they decided to make this their home. And then you do a 180-degree turn, and that's what Hawaii looks like today. With all the vegetation that's come in, and they've done a lot to landscape. Way out in the distance there, my zoom lens is nothing for that, but I saw a big whale splash way out there in the distance. That's really cool. We are in peak whale season around the Hawaiian Islands, which is from what I was told about end of November to the end of March, early April. I'm gonna come over and see what it looks like over that one cliff. You can see how the ocean current has really smoothed out the lava rock, and you can see all the layers on the cliff side that have come over the eons of the lava flow from the now extinct volcano on the island. Hi, hon.
Hello.
Having fun?
Yeah.
So what island did you say that is back there?
Molokai.
Molokai?
Yeah.
We have not been to that island yet.
No, you can only get there by ferry from here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very, I mean, it looks huge, but it's, like, my understanding is not a lot of it is developed.
So this path does go on for a little bit farther, but we're kind of more on a time crunch because we want to get our shuttle back to our resort,
Yep.
which is part of this nice little, I think this is nice that these resorts work together.
Yeah.
So that you can go explore these other resorts, and they have these shuttle services.
Yeah.
But we have to make sure we get the shuttle, or it's going to be another hour.
Exactly.
Something else, they have these tiny little plants. These are actually edible. I forget the name, but they kind of taste like pickles, like salty pickles. And when I went on the tour before, the tour guide actually plucked one off and we tried it. Here's what they look like. Salty. Owen?
Fine. If it kills me, you're on camera showing you poisoned me.
What does it taste like?
It's very salty.
Pretty good. I want to make a salad out of them. You know those treadmills that have the video screens that imitate like walking paths and things like around lakes? This would be a cool one to do.
This would be a cool one to do.
Yeah, this little, and it goes for miles. We're only covering like a fraction of it. I think this might have been referred to as one of King Kamehameha's highways that went all across the island. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I thought I had heard. All right, making it back to the Ritz-Carlton on our way to a shuttle, and that was the making our way back through the Ritz-Carlton on our way to our shuttle. That was part of the Kapalua Coastal Trail, just a little bit of it because it goes for miles. We actually did, I think it was like a 2.5 mile round trip is what we did, walking down and back. What did you think, hon?
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun seeing that sea turtle, even though that had nothing to do with the trail.
Yeah, that's my camera strap. It's really windy, in case you haven't noticed. That was definitely a highlighted part of my trip, was seeing that sea turtle, really.
Yeah.
Not just this walk, but the trip. I love sea turtles. They're so awesome.
I like turtles.
Please do us a favor and subscribe. About 90% of our viewers are non-subscribers. Help us flip that number and help the channel grow. Help us reach our 2024 goal of 2,000 subscribers. But would you recommend this walk?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. I enjoyed it when I did this back in December, and so as I said, I really wanted Carrie to come along with me to experience it, because I thought it was really cool and beautiful and everything. But we want to thank you for joining us. I'm Bill.
I'm Carrie.
You watch KB Trucks. Please do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Until then, good luck and have fun.
See ya.